Hello fellow journeyers, welcome back to Soul's Journey. Some of you know my name is Maureen, and those who didn't know just found out. So welcome to all my new subscribers, my new friends, welcome aboard. Really glad to have you with us. It's really lovely to meet all these new people during this 31 Days of Tarot Challenge from Ethony. So I'm going to get right into it here. I'm going to skip a couple of days. I'm going to pick up with day 24. I think I'm skipping days 22 and 23 because we kind of already covered them earlier. And they're not going to, my choices wouldn't be any different. So I'm going to start with day 24, which is your top 5 tarot books of 2010 to 2019. So not all of these are necessarily published in that time frame, but they, oops, I'm running out of room to stash things here. But these are all new to me in that time frame. So probably the first one, and I've talked about this one before, is Lon Milo Duquette's Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot. And if you've tried to get into this deck and found Crowley's own book of Thoth too intimidating, I really would recommend this book because it's so much more accessible, and Duquette has a great sense of humor too. Sorry, I'm flipping through the pages while I'm talking about it here. It's just, this was like my Bible for the longest time. I used to carry it with me on my commute to work when I was taking, mass transit, and I would sit and read it on the train, and the heck with anybody who saw it, I could not put it down. It was enthralling to me. I loved it. Probably due for a reread because it has been a few years now. Another one that I've enjoyed very much, also on the Crowley Tarot. And this one is by Akron and Hajo Banzhaf. I'm not really sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the authors have both passed away now. Is that the one? Yeah, I believe they have indeed passed away. So I'm not sure if this one is still in print. Sorry, I'm slipping off my lap here. Not a well thought out location here for doing this, apparently. But this goes into, and it's manageable information about the cards. But there's some really, it goes into fragrances, gems, astrology. There's a lot of information per card. So if you're interested in Thoth deck, that's another one that I would recommend. And then this one, and I'm sorry to say, but I'm pretty sure this one is out of print because also by Hajo Banzhaf. I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering the poor man's name, but I honestly don't know how to pronounce it. I'm pretty sure this one is out of print as well, Tarot and the Journey of the Hero, but this one is on Rider-Waite-Smith. Now, it does only cover the major arcana, but it has some great references, lots of really good information, keywords, it references old art, and he's just a dynamite tarot scholar. So if you can at all get your hands on a copy of this, I would absolutely recommend it. I love this book, love it. And then this one is focused on Tarot de Marseille by Yoav Ben-Dov. I hope I'm saying his name right. And he also has now passed away. But he has written extensively. In fact, he's the creator of the CBD Marseille, Conver Ben-Dov. And this is just absolutely chock full of information and references too. Great book for learning about the cards. And this does cover majors and minors. Goes into quite a bit about the court cards too. So I know that's always a sticking point for everybody. Oh, excuse me for just a second. Getting a little froggy as I do when I talk a lot. And then this one, I've just kind of started working with, but Tarot Interactions by Deborah Lipp. And it's largely illustrated with the Robin Wood Tarot, but she's got homework, exercises, and it's good for learning how the cards interact with each other. And I know that's another thing a lot of people have a very hard time with, is kind of stringing together a story from the cards. So this might be a really nice one. So is that all? Is that 5? Yep, I guess that's 5. Okay. I have so many others that I thought about bringing into this, but I'll save those for another time perhaps. Show us, let's see. If you could meet any tarot creator, author, who and when. For that one, I would have to say I would love if I could go back in time to meet Pixie Smith, Pamela Coleman Smith, the designer of our beloved, or at least beloved by some of us, Rider-Waite deck. And boy, I would just love to know her process and how she got all this done. And you know, I would like to tell her how much her deck is going to be appreciated and loved and known around the world, because she wasn't paid much for it. She put this whole deck together, for very little money. And yeah, it was really kind of sad. So, show us your tarot journal if you have one. Oops, I'll be right back. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. Forgot to bring this in with me. So my tarot journals over the years have been kind of piecemeal and hit and miss, and a little bit in this notebook, a little bit in that notebook, or scribble on a piece of paper or whatever. So this year I decided I'm gonna splurge and get an actual dedicated book. And there's really nothing in this thing. It's just, it lists a bunch of different 3-card spreads, which would have been interesting for the last, one of the last questions. I'll hold that up there if anybody wants to see what these are. You might find some of interest. You can always pause the video if you want to look at it longer. But it's just pages and pages of this. You know, you pull your 3 cards, and then I guess you could either write in the names here, or if you're feeling artistic, try to draw them, which I'm not going to try because I have enough trouble with stick figures. But yeah, that's all it is. It's just pages and pages of that to write down your daily readings, your 3-card pulls, which is what I do more than the 1-card pulls. I prefer to do 3 cards every day, and I've kind of just been taking a picture with my phone and saving them that way, rather than writing them down anywhere. But I think it'll be a really good exercise to write them down and see what kind of meanings I come up with. So let's see what's next. This thing keeps going dark on me. Strangest place you read, 2010 to 2019, and tell us about the reading. Oh my God. I don't know how strange this is, but it's a little out of the ordinary for me. I read cards for a woman at work one day. We went into a little conference room when we both had time and pulled some cards. And she was convinced at the time that she was pregnant because I think it was her mother-in-law or her mother-in-law's sister who fancies herself a great psychic, and she's very spiritual, and she talks to her spirit guides and all this stuff, had told her she was going to have a tubal pregnancy. And so my coworker, who was obviously distraught about this, came to me and asked me if I could do a reading for her. We have talked, and she knows I'm a witch, and she knows I read the tarot. And so we went in, and I think I was using my Star Child tarot. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't see that you're pregnant. You're not pregnant according to the cards. And man, I kind of lit into her. Not her so much, but I was so angry with this woman, this aunt-in-law or whatever it is, that had told her she was, going to have a tubal pregnancy and, obviously would lose the baby that way. I said, just don't listen to her. She's wrong. I'm sorry. She's wrong. Just don't let her freak you out like that anymore. And it turned out, I guess it's about a year later now, she is expecting a child, and she's due like any day, and it was not a tubal pregnancy. So I get really annoyed with these people that, they think they're going to impress people or something with these dire predictions and scare the hell out of somebody for no reason. And boy, that really frosts my ass more than just about anything. I hate that stuff. So, yeah, anyway, enough about that. Ever turn someone from a tarot non-believer to a tarot enthusiast? Yeah, I guess, kind of. Although it was a long time ago now, and I'm not sure if he's still has any interest in this sort of thing, or if it kind of fizzled after. It was somebody I was in the Navy with, and we were going through what we call a C school, which is advanced schooling. After you go through boot camp, and then you go to your A school, and then if you need more specialized training, you go on to a C school. So we had done boot camp at the same time, so we ended up at our A school together, and then we went to our C school together. And so while we were there, I don't even remember how it came up now, but he found out that I read tarot cards, and so I was reading for him like every single day. It was pretty hilarious, because he's not the type of person you would expect would want tarot readings, but I remember him every day begging me for a reading, and it was kind of funny, but it was good, and that's when my poor little deck took so much of a beating traveling around the world with me. Okay, so that's days 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. So I think I will stop there for now, because I haven't given too much thought to the next question, which is top 5 underrated decks. So, excuse me, I'll have to do that later, But yeah, so that kind of catches me up and gets me a couple days ahead. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Blessed be.